want to talk a little bit more about B2B e-commerce product data. I think a lot of companies struggle with product data, and I want to talk about why they struggle with it and maybe some ideas or just solutions around it. One is there's usually a lot of data coming from different sources, so especially in the distribution space, but even sometimes as a manufacturer, you might not necessarily be responsible for all of the product data yourself, and therefore you need to get product data from all these different sources. And that gets especially difficult because all these different sources might provide it in different formats. It becomes difficult to unify, and then you have this kind of unification problem where how do you unify all this data into one format? The other main issue is just the sheer volume of data. So we're trying to unify 100,000 products. Each product itself might have 50 or 100 different data points or attributes associated with it. So unifying that all down into one kind of e-commerce friendly data set is very difficult and takes a lot of manpower. So some of the things that I would recommend doing are investing in some sort of PIM system or product information management system. A lot of the ERP systems aren't really friendly for e-commerce product data. So PIM system's usually a much better system for e-commerce, or using the e-commerce as a PIM, maybe as kind of a phase one if you're not ready to invest in a PIM, and then it can be overwhelming to have all these different systems. So an e-commerce could be a PIM as kind of a more short-term solution for unifying all your product data. The other thing is I would really start to think about the actual ability to search and find this product data on your website. I think a lot of companies kind of have these like archaic, over-categorized product data, but then when you go to actually build the website, it's really difficult to make it look user-friendly on the UI or the front end of the website because they haven't thought about how it's going to really be displayed to the user. So to really think about like design and how that impacts the categorization and the taxonomy of your product data, and that should influence how you kind of unify all the product data. So before you just kind of jump into it, make sure you really have a good strategy and have thought through that. And if you need help with that, feel free to reach out to us at Trellis and we can certainly help you.